No Man's Sky has a lot of people interested, and it promises a lot. Naturally, people are excited, but there's the other end of the spectrum that wants to know if it's gonna suck. Interestingly, there's already a lot of people that think it sucks even though it's not out yet, and they're scouring the internet for confirmation. The answer is no, it's probably not gonna suck. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna like it. No Man's Sky has a lot of people confused. What is it? What do you do in the game? Seeing the vague marketing for the game, potential buyers will form their own opinions of what they think the game will be like. And if they're wrong, they'll be disappointed, thus thinking that the game sucks. It's important for people to know exactly what the game's going to be like. It's a space exploration game, so the game's about exploring the vast, mind-blowingly huge world. Universe. Game's too big to be saying world. Each one of these stars has a whole solar system in it. When you land on a planet, there's a very, very good chance that you were the first person to ever discover it. That being said, this is not a multiplayer game. Everybody's playing in the same universe, so this is a shared universe game, but that universe is so huge that you're probably never going to run into anybody. There will most likely not be a way to warp to another player's position, and you can forget about trying to get there on your own. You've got the vastness of space between the two of you. This actually sets the tone for the game. There are other people out there, but ultimately you are left to explore the vastness of this universe by yourself. Does that sound interesting to you? Bah, what's the point of the game? It'll get stale after a while, just walking around and stuff. I mean, there's plenty of people who just walk around Skyrim and have a good old time with themselves, and that world isn't nearly as vast. The official goal of the game is to make it to the center of the universe. Each player starts at a certain point on the outskirts of the universe and has to work their way towards the middle. It's very unclear whether or not that's even an achievable goal, considering how vast the universe is. But I have a feeling somebody will make it there a lot faster than the developers think. While you're on your journey to the center of the universe, you can map it out for other players using these beacons. This sends information to the Atlas, which we think is this diamond-shaped thing. This is part of the lore of No Man's Sky, which means that yes, there is a story. But it's not some story that's going to be played out as you progress through the game. It's a story that you have to figure out through your own discoveries. Basically, don't expect something cohesive. The story or the lore isn't going to be there unless you go out looking for it. Exploring isn't all there is either. Gathering of resources is essential, which I guess you'll be doing while you're exploring. You can use these resources to craft new weapons and items and stuff. There are plenty of hazards out there, from the harsh weather conditions to the dangerous wildlife, even evil, intelligent life. There are plenty of good races in this game that you can barter with or even align yourself with, but there's also going to be evil races that you might have to defend yourself against, like space pirates. Space Pirates is probably the name of Sean Murphy's indie band. He plays lead xylophone. There is combat in the game, but it's not the main focus. Don't expect to be blasting your way through the galaxy or anything. Don't expect fine-tuned shooting mechanics either. You can attack trade ships and steal all their stuff instead of just bartering with them, but not only will they attack back, you'll have sentinels on your tail. They're like the universal police. They pop out whenever you do something harmful to a world or its inhabitants. You'll also get a star rating similar to GTA. I could see people having a lot of fun with this. The universe might be filled with sadistic people who think it's more fun to gather materials by stealing them than fighting them the traditional way. We'll just have to see. Since you're basically a nomad, you can forget about a home base. The closest thing that you'll get is your ship, but it's a small one-man ship because, again, you're basically alone out there. Your ship is customizable, but it can be destroyed, so you might be swapping your ship out pretty frequently. No Man's Sky is at its core an RPG, so there's going to be a lot of, I want to do A, but first I need to accomplish B and C. For example, I want to leave this planet, but first I must find a mineral to craft an item that lets me into this door to trade with this alien to acquire a ship. Yeah, there's going to be plenty to keep you occupied. This game will gently push you in a certain direction, but it's not going to force you to do anything. The adventure is your own to make. Since the universe is so big and vast, it might actually take a really long time to find anything interesting at all. That'll make it very rewarding when you actually do find something interesting. There's a lot to learn about this universe, and it'll be exciting to figure it out on your own once the game's released. It'll be a full-price $60 game, and there most likely won't be any DLC or microtransactions. It's not easy to have DLC in a shared world game. Like, if I don't have the DLC, will I just be locked out of certain worlds? I don't think they would do that. This game has a lot in common with Minecraft in that it's all procedurally generated. Each user has their own unique experience that they make. There's resource gathering and collecting and what have you, survival, all that good stuff. And like Minecraft, No Man's Sky is a game where you create your own limitless experiences. So there doesn't need to be any paid content after launch. The game will hopefully just keep acquiring new users as time goes on. That should be enough to keep the lights on, and patches and updates incoming. So no, it's not gonna suck. It's only gonna suck if you have different expectations for it. After all, it would be good to know if it's not your cup of tea before you get into it. If you're that interested, I would check out the IGN First long playthroughs. Those give you a really good idea of what the game's gonna be like. What do you guys think about No Man's Sky? Do you think it's gonna suck? You might think it's gonna suck if you came from somewhere else on YouTube searching the term No Man's Sky sucks, which apparently a lot of people did. Play the frickin' game yourself and form your own goddamn opinion. Anyway, leave it in the comments below. At me on Twitter, all the social media garbage. New videos every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday nights. Wulff Den Live. Check that out. Podcast with us. Twitch streams whenever the hell I feel like it. And most important things that you can do is subscribe and share this video with a friend. Thank you for getting us to 10,000 subscribers. We always want new people in this community talking to us about their own opinions, because this is all opinions. It's a two-way street. I'm giving you my opinions, you give me your opinions. So sharing this around, getting more people in the conversation is the best thing for this. Well, thank you guys very much, and have a good week. This is something Hello Games certainly hopes. There's a limitless amount of exploring to be done, so you could potentially be playing this game for years and years. This got me thinking, what other games don't have a point? Or what other games are more fun when you ignore the goal that the game defines for you? Looking at the sales chart, not many of these games made it over the 1 million sales mark globally. Publishers were starting to see that the Vita wasn't really worth the investment. In the US, things were really dire for the Vita. In Japan, things were a little bit better.